I've gotten fat, so I challenge Mr. Who's the Boss to an official workout competition because I have a piece of technology for my weight training that he doesn't. So in the Mr. Who's the Boss video, he actually details the different things that he's gonna be doing to get in shape over the next 3 months using all of the technology at his disposal. From a standing desk in order to make sure he's standing up, to water reminders to make sure he's drinking enough, to a water-cooled bed in order to make sure he sleeps good, as well as working out and using things like progressive overload to double his strength over the next 3 months. But there's something that he is missing that I think that we can do better in order to up our fitness game. And because I've let myself go and become a little out of shape, especially over the last 3 or 4 years, ever since we got our son's diagnosis, his video is inspiring me to take action on my own fitness journey, especially as I have a special needs son who likely will need care for the rest of his life. I need to be doing everything in my power in order to make sure I'm around for the long run. And I also need to make sure I'm in shape right now because as he's getting bigger, he needs more strength from me in order to move him around, make sure he doesn't fall over when he has seizures, and actually physically control him because he can't control his own body. So being in shape right now and being as fit as I possibly can is something that really matters to me, and I've let slip from my mind, especially as we've been dealing with his disorder and trying to make sure he gets the best care possible. In case you want to know more about my son's rare disease, you can check out this playlist right up here, but the short version is he has a rare genetic disorder that causes severe epilepsy where he has hundreds of seizures a day. He has global developmental delay, he cannot walk, he cannot talk, and he's unable to actually take care of himself. So he requires round-the-clock care from myself and my wife and a team of therapists in order to make sure that he's healthy and safe. And we actually recently started a family channel where we're going to be detailing more of the aspects of the special needs parenting life that we've encountered in order to help other people out, which you can also check out right up there. Art is really inspiring me to get back on the wagon of being able to take care of myself and realizing that I can't take care of my son if I'm not taking care of my body first. And while taking care of your personal health is really important, so is taking care of your personal data out on the internet, which is where today's video sponsor Incognito comes into play. Especially as we integrate tech into different areas of our lives with things like fitness, data management becomes really important. And every year, the number and scope of data breaches across the world continues to rise. In 2021, it was found that there were 68% more data breaches than a year before. The likelihood of your own data getting breached is constantly increasing as more data brokers come into the picture. So your personal information is being sold online without you even knowing it. But the good news is you can actually do something about it. But the bad news about that is that it would take you years to do it manually, and that's where Incognito comes in because they do it for you automatically. Incognito protects your privacy and takes your personal data off the market by reaching out to the data brokers on your behalf, requesting your personal data removal and dealing with their objections. And the whole process is automated. You create an account with them and tell them whose personal data you want removed. Then you grant them the right to work for you in contacting the data brokers on your behalf. And then you wait, watch, and relax as they deal with all of the data brokers and get your personal information removed from the internet. Whether you're a victim of identity theft with data brokers taking that information, or things like healthcare data breaches that happen where your information gets involuntarily leaked as well. Incognito will make it so that your personal data remains yours and not in the hands of people who will buy it and sell it without your permission. So the first 100 people to click our link in the video description and use code UFDTech will get 20% off of Incognito. Again, that's incogni.com/UFDTech. You'll get 20% off and you'll take control of your personal data out on the internet like I'm taking control of my personal fitness. So I'm gonna take my fitness journey very seriously, and over the next 3 months, I'm confident that I'm going to be able to beat Arun at doubling my strength because we have one piece of technology that he is missing. This is an incredible machine that has features that I've not seen in any other workout machine anywhere else on the planet. But I also want to encourage all of you to join us on this fitness journey. I've already started a log over in our Discord server, and I want you to be there and post with us on what you're doing in your fitness journey. And I want you guys to get this video to Mr. Who's the Boss so that he can actually formally accept my challenge. So we're going to address my fatness in a few different ways. Number one, I eat like crap. It's something that I've been doing since we've gotten our son's diagnosis, and so with my unhealthy food choices, I'm gonna do something for the first time in 12 years of marriage. I'm going to have my wife actually control what I eat. You can see she's in great shape and she is really good at managing her diet. But in 12 years of marriage, she's kind of always hinted that I should eat better, but has never actually really been all that forceful about it. So I'm now giving her the permission to actually approve or not approve my meals in order to restrict my calorie intake, because she went to California for 5 days and this is what the side of my bed looked like while she was gone. It was terrible. So I'm not leveraging technology here, I'm leveraging the brain power of my wife, who clearly has a better sense for healthy eating than I do.
You have this tendency to compulsively eat. It could be a bag of baby carrots, or it could be a bag of Skittles.
It's always the bag of Skittles.
But I've seen you eat an entire bag of baby carrots before. I don't think it's necessarily about like restricting your calories, although that this should probably be done, but also like you eat a lot of junk. Like I don't even buy produce from the store with you in mind. I know you're not gonna eat it, but with the boys, like anytime they eat, I tell them they have to have a fruit and a vegetable with whatever they're having for lunch. Or like if they ask me for a snack, I'll be like, yeah, but you have to have a fruit or a vegetable first before you eat it. So I think you need some more things in your body that grew out of the ground.
I drink plenty of water. That's like one of the things that I've never struggled with. I don't struggle with drinking water because I have my LTTstore.com water bottle to help me out.
LTTstore.com.
LTTstore.com.
No.
As you can see, I've gained a ton of weight since 2018, and my body fat percentage is roughly 24%. And for males my age, we should be roughly between 8 and 19%. So I am definitely on the overweight side of things, and my body composition is pretty poor. So I'm gonna be using my diet and a caloric deficit in order to lose some of my weight. But I also know because of exercise, I will be putting on muscle mass, and so weight loss isn't really my goal here. It's actually being just more healthy overall. So step number 2 is I'm actually gonna start running again, because back at the beginning of the pandemic, I started running every single day. And then after 3 months, I was actually able to complete my first half marathon. So for somebody who hasn't run since December 16th, 2021, I actually am completely out of shape for this. So getting back into running shape and completing a half marathon by August 31st is actually my goal here, because cardiovascular fitness essentially dictates the rest of your fitness. Being able to breathe effectively is something, as a man with asthma, I don't take for granted. And part 3 is gonna be weight training, but with a twist. This, my friends, is Tonal. This is a revolutionary home gym, which I know I'm sounding like a salesperson right now, but it actually is unlike any other home gym that I've seen before, because it has a special feature that will take my weight training to the next level. Now, not everybody's gonna be able to get a Tonal. Number 1, because it's only available in the US, which is likely why Mr. Who's the Boss is not actually using this for his weight training. But then number 2, it's actually ridiculously expensive. But considering my son's needs, I can't actually physically go to the gym all of the time, and we decided to invest in something like this for our health. Additionally, we actually don't have a lot of space in our house because most of it's dedicated to our son's therapy needs. So it actually just mounts onto the wall, and it doesn't require a whole lot of space in your house, and it's actually right next to my wife's office. So think of this like Bowflex on steroids. It allows you to get in essentially every single workout that you could possibly think you could do with a machine. It has almost 100 different exercises that you can do that are baked into the machine, and you just adjust the arms in order to be able to do different setups. So it's super compact, it has a ton of different options, but then also it comes as almost a personal trainer, because you can do workouts that actually are prepared for you by fitness coaches. This is the one that I'm currently working on, called The House That Paul Built, and the next exercise that I have to do has 2 different blocks with all of these exercises baked in. But the one thing, the key feature that's gonna take my strength training to the next level that I've not seen on any other workout device, it's so simple that you wonder why it hasn't been implemented anywhere else, and it cannot be achieved with regular dumbbells, with regular weights. You have to have a piece of technology in order to do it. So in a normal bicep curl setup, you have static weights where you lift the same weight up and the same weight down. And if you can't handle it and your arms actually fail, you have to drop the weights. Tonal fixes all of that. So as I pull up on my bicep curl, you can see that it starts at 12 pounds per arm. So I'm currently curling 12 pounds. But as I get into my third set, it will start to dynamically add weight as I'm capable of handling it. And you can see it's going from 12 pounds up to 15 pounds on the way up and the way down in order to maximize the strength that's in my arms and making it so that progressive overload is happening on all phases of the actual workout. So on the concentric portion where I'm pulling it in, and then on the eccentric portion as I'm coming down, my arms are getting more of a workout than I could possibly get from curling dumbbells. But as you see, if I struggle, it drops the weight down to only 5 pounds because it thinks that I actually can't handle the 12-pound weight. So struggle, and then it drops it so that I can actually complete the rep and I can be stronger. And then Tonal is actually tracking all of my data. I don't have to remember what weight I was on at any point, so it will constantly be pushing me to my limits. And you can see, as I've been using it, I've lifted over 200,000 pounds since we got this machine about a year ago. And it also provides me with a strength score right here, based on my upper body strength, my core strength, and my lower body strength, as you can see here. And since we got this machine, I've increased my strength about 20% overall. And Tonal will even break down what portions of the upper body, core, and lower body are my strongest so that I can understand. You can see that my back and my shoulders are my strongest point because I'm constantly picking up my son.
A few moments later.
So I just finished my second workout with this, and this kicked my butt. I used the Smart Flex, which allows me to get different weights up and down, but on especially the single arm bent over row, it had to spot me, which means I wasn't strong enough to finish the rep. So it lowered the weight by 10 pounds so that I could finish it. But on the seated lat pull down, I hit a strength PR on the first one and then a total volume PR because I lifted 2,800 pounds with that one exercise. And during this exercise of 39 minutes, I lifted 6,200 pounds, had 16 minutes under tension, average heart rate of 145, and targeted these muscle groups during this activity. So Tonal gives you all of the data that you need in order to effectively work out, in order to maximize progressive overload, and then to target the right muscles that you're looking to get. I hope I'm stronger at the end of this. But I have been super lacking in my exercise over the last little while, which is why I'm going to be doing these few things in order to keep up with Mr. Who's the Boss, in order to become more fit to take care of my son for the rest of his life. But I also want to hear about your fitness journey. So be sure to join our Discord, post in the fitness channel, and keep us updated on what you're doing in order to progress your fitness, and potentially provide some feedback on different ways that we can integrate technology into the different things that we're doing, whether it's weight tracking, running, or even strength training. And guys, please share this video with Mr. Who's the Boss. I want to actually formalize this competition. I'm willing to put money that with my strength training tech, I can actually beat him and over double my strength in the next 3 months if he's only going to double his strength with traditional weights.
Help me.